Varsity Club, welcome back to another classic. We have been waiting for this moment. It's time for revenge. Last season we played Ohio State and we were doing really well to start the year, and Ohio State, honestly, it hurt a lot. They beat us and it derailed part of our season. That changes today though. We get an opportunity to have revenge on this team, and they're a different Ohio State, not as highly touted, maybe not as highly rated, and it's more of an equal matchup. And their quarterback this year is D. Hudson. Looks like CJ Stroud has went on to the NFL, so life is good on our side, at least in that part. They have T. Reed, they have G. Scott Jr. They have a lot of guys that are going to be very good. But we also have a lot of guys that are very good. We just got to play mistake-free football, which has not been our thing. So we have a giant W. We got a first recruit of the season. It is Derek Simpson, a 6'3", 254-pound, 4-star athlete. I know what you're saying. We're recruiting a lot of offensive linemen. Look above you. It's defensive tackle, center, guard, tackle. There's more offensive linemen all across the board. But for right now, we got an athlete, okay? Be happy. Before you hit me with, oh, GoodGameBro, another wide receiver. He's not. This guy's gonna be a little bit different. He doesn't really have high man coverage or zone coverage. His pursuit's solid. His tackle's pretty good. But if you look really down where you want to see, block shedding is an 80 for us. I think that really points us to one spot. Also, his power moves are an 80. This guy more than likely is going to be on the defensive line, maybe on an end spot, maybe an outside linebacker. He doesn't really have a lot of speed. He's on the defensive side of the ball. We'll just figure out where, but he's definitely going to be a guy that tries to get to the quarterback. And if you're wondering, oh, where's John McConnell on the Heisman list? He's not. Now, that is partly to be explained because we've actually had our second bye week in the previous week, and so whenever there's a bye week again, you know what happens. They remove him, but don't worry. We're getting him back after today's win. And for the top 25 poll after the bye week, we were sitting at 11, and then we moved to number 6 in the nation, the highest we have been in honestly a very long time. We are now back in the top 10, and life is looking good. It's Penn State, Notre Dame, Miami, Oklahoma, and Clemson all ahead of us. But if we can beat The Ohio State University today, I think we're in that top 5 easy. They're giving up 55 points to The Ohio State University last year. John McConnell led an empowered speech in the locker room saying it's not happening again. McConnell knows we have an incredibly talented team. This is his last chance to go out there and try to defeat The Ohio State University. And he can do it in their stadium, which is huge. Underneath here, RJ Riley had a concussion out of last game. He's back this week and ready to go. And honestly, this is the healthiest our roster has really been in a long time. So see what our guys can do at full strength is a W. No excuses, just W's today is all we want. McConnell's gonna go up the middle, picks up what looks to be 8. McFadden in the backfield with McConnell. Obviously, former receiver switches over to running back. He's gonna be money in the screen game, and he's looking good right now, running after the catch, 13 big yards. Smart play calls, don't risk it unless you got to right now. Love what I'm seeing from the team. Running back out of the backfield, that's close, and Jason Barr gets more yards. That could have been picked, but thank God it was not. I really feel like this is the deepest our team has been, and it gives us our best chance to beat The Ohio State University. McFadden in the backfield. Maybe we're not deep at offensive line, but everywhere else we're deep. McFadden goes for a loss of 4 there. It's a little bit of a heartbreaker, but we'll be fine. McConnell under center. Feels the blitz. Gets rid of it, but he really had nowhere to go. This is a big third down. In my opinion, we're in field goal range. Hancock can definitely hit one from here, but we need something. Got a guy deep. It's Gold, and Jared Gold holds on to it for 23 yards to put us inside the 10. McConnell staying poised. This offensive line has let him down time and time again throughout his entire career. We've been getting better on the offensive line, but we're still not where we'd obviously want to be. McConnell's gonna hold on to it, goes up the middle, runs over the defenders, and we're in the end zone. John McConnell puts the points to the board, and Ohio State is their turn to answer. We just talked about how good Kirk Hancock is and how he can hit field goals from a pretty good range, and then he missed the extra point. You hate to see it. We're gonna see what Ohio State's new offense can do. And a lot of talented players in this team. Our defense is just not tackling anybody, really, is what we're doing. A lot of really, really talented players on Ohio State's team, and we've got to make sure we lock them up today. Pressuring this young quarterback. It's a little unproven. Let's see what our guys can do. Jesus Christ, can we block anybody? We're letting the receiver go on an end around for us. What are we doing here? I don't love what I'm seeing right now. We got guys mismatched all across the field. Conley finally got where he's supposed to be. The quarterback holds on to it. Conley can't get the tackle. Caps is going to trip him up, and if he doesn't, he might still be running. Things have been tough defensively. I don't really love what I'm seeing. This team has just been in shambles. Man has not been great for us. We're trying a little bit of zone. Ohio State, though, really hasn't really passed at this point. It's been runs nonstop. That's going to change up here. They go underneath with John Hall with the deflection. I mean, I will give John Hall some props. What he has done from an awareness perspective this offseason has been huge. Hutch is going to throw on. We got Hall. Go back at John Hall. a deflection in the previous play, picks it off, and John Hall is out here running. He's got a chance. He cuts it back a little bit. It's not going to be Hemphill's return for a touchdown, but John Hall went up and got it on Scott Jr., the best receiver they have. John Hall says, that's mine. That is a monster play to put us in the driver's seat. We already have the ball at the 50. You'd love to see it. Let's see what our guys can do here. Hand off to the bar, and they knew that was coming the entire time. Had a little screen to McFadden earlier. Worked out really well. Let's try another one here. They kind of watched that one. McFadden took his time, found a couple of yards, but again, we're still in 3rd and long. The problem we have right now is that if we don't convert, we're in a dicey situation. Forcing turnovers from the Ohio State is not very easy, and we need some points at all. But we got a guy. We're going to find him. It's Tom Baker, and he holds on to it. What a big hit. And Baker, who has had issues with drops all season long so far, makes one of the best ones we've seen. This team knows this is a rivalry. This is an in-state rivalry that has been brewing. It has been getting stronger and stronger every year. And Tom Baker, a freshman, came up huge there. I mean, you know when you're coming across the middle against Ohio State, you are going to get hit hard there. And Baker just was ready. You got to love it. 2nd and 8, McConnell with the adjustments. Nice pass to Robert Roth, and he holds that in for 13. Robert Roth might be the king of 13-yard receptions, man. He has got so many this season already. Back to the run game, which hasn't worked out super well. Barr gets tripped up on his own man and loses 2. Barr is 4 for 4. If that were Wendy's, that's a great deal. But unfortunately, it's the running game, and it's not looking great. Barr's finding some room finally. Moves up a little bit. He picks up a good game. One of his best runs of the afternoon. 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions. A big one coming up here. 3rd and short. Connell immediately gets blitzed. That's on the offensive line. The man had literally no time. We got to kick the field goal. So we're going to line up. It's going to be a 32-yarder here. The wind's blowing in a little bit. Riley on the hold. Hancock on the kick. That one's good, and we've extended our lead to 9. Can't help but wonder, though, that missed extra point, is that going to come back to haunt us? You never know in games like this, but you got a bad feeling about it sometimes. A little dump off underneath. That was definitely our guy we're supposed to be covering, though. Stephen Lowe hits him after 10. Full watch in the middle here in 1st and 10. Hudson moves under center with McCullough moving to the right-hand side now. Sits back in the backfield. Go with the run, but Stephen Lowe meets him right at the line of scrimmage. You don't have to always be in the backfield, but a couple of big hits like that will obviously change the tide of this game. Bringing the blitz here. Lowe gets into the backfield. Doesn't quite get there enough, but Dwayne Cole does get a tackle after 2, making it 3rd and 7. What can our team do here? We need to stop. We don't have enough pressure. We missed the tackle. And Ohio State keeps the chains moving. Ohio State has not been very pass happy so far today. Only 4 passes thrown, one of those being an interception. They go underneath again. We got guys ready, and we get a big hit. Josh Cole, obviously masterful in the previous week, had, I believe, 9 total tackles. It's a big hit on G. Scott Jr. there. Feels like a run's coming. They're going to move their guy over to the right-hand side now. Stephen Lowe is going to watch that. We have a gap. We filled a couple of them. Ray Walton, though, got punched in the mouth. Play, watching the pass the whole way. Don't give up a 1st down. We get a stop here. We're golden. We forced the miss drop on G. Scott Jr. That's huge. Great punt by Ohio State. Puts us inside our own 10, but I got to admit, I thought that was going to be an easy catch and conversion for Ohio State, but Stephen Lowe got enough of it to make it not worth their while. John McConnell pushing forward for 7. I love it. Our goal is obviously use John McConnell to run a little bit today, but we want to keep that man healthy. That's been the biggest problem we've had with McConnell, is just his health. Speaking of running, McConnell has everyone clear out. That's an easy run. He picks up plenty of yards out of bounds safely and gets 19 to brag about. Dominating the ball. We're gaining yards. We just got to keep pushing. Another score here would be huge. McFadden in the open field. Love to see it. Gets what looks to be about 9. 2nd and 1. Right back to the run game. Blocking is there finally, and Jason Barr does get that first. One of our big goals is just to establish the run game so we can get some things opening up in the offensive pass game, but it's just been few and far between for big things there. But look at Clayton McFadden making a miss. Clayton McFadden was a missed tackle away from going in the end zone on that 25-yard reception. When Clayton McFadden came in and he became a wide receiver for us, he honestly had a really good freshman year. His sophomore year was forgettable, in my opinion. He didn't really have the plays we thought he might, and what he's showing coming out of the backfield for us, especially the passing game, is that he can be really productive there. He's explosive. He's great after the catch. There's just so many things to really like about what he's doing. We just need to see a little bit more of it, in my opinion, but I'm liking the sample size we've got. Close one here. Tom Baker, another big catch across the middle. Baker's been spending a ton of time with the jugs machines after practice because we've seen drop after drop from him, and if he can just hold on to the ball, he will be such a big part of this offense. Him and RJ Riley both are just legends out there, but we can't get that run to the outside working here, and they drop us for 3. Connell's had a little time to catch his breath here. I like what I'm seeing on the open side of the field. Robert Roth comes to the backfield. We're going to keep it with McConnell. We could have pitched that one out, but I don't want to risk a fumble, them picking it up, or anything like that. 3rd down, 4 yards to go. Even a field goal is fine, but I want the touchdown for our squad. Baker across the middle again. Tom Baker is playing out of his mind in the first half. He gets that touchdown catch, and now we're up even more. I just want to point this out, by the way. We send the extra points pretty much every single time. Hancock missed another extra point. I don't understand. Those 2 extra points would have been huge for us. I feel like at some point we're going to have to go for 2 on some of these. I just don't understand how a kicker that good is missing these extra points. UB's in there by himself, so we know it's obviously going to be a pass play. Trying to get some pressure off the edge, and Josh Cole is going to, I believe, get run over and get the sack at the same time. That was absolutely huge. We figured out the right play call in that situation. They didn't have the right, I guess, scheme blocked up. It worked out so well for us. Now their quarterback's actually going to keep it here. We got guys missing, and you know what? Whatever yards we got away from him, he got him right back plus more. Hudson hasn't really run a ton so far in his young career, but he shows that he absolutely has the legs to make it done. He runs again on us this time. We're just confused. Can anyone? No. No one can tackle him at all. As good as we were feeling, it's all out the window. The 2 missed extra points are absolutely going to be hurting us now as they've cut the lead to 8 points. A single touchdown and 2-point conversion. They're right back in this game. Pass across the middle. Robert Roth hasn't had a ton today. He's going to go across the middle for 8. 2 minutes left in the first half. We need to end this half with a touchdown on our side. That's all we need to see right now. It's a touchdown on our side. Donald in the center. Not liking what he's seeing. McConnell scrambling big time. We got to just dump it. We got to dump it. Ohio State has to be feeling very confident right now. They have a lot of momentum on their side, but a couple of plays can change that. McFadden, the spin move's not quite there. There is a flag in the play. I'm hoping it's on maybe roughing the quarterback.
Man, this feels good.
It's on us. Who did it? Shannon! As annoyed as I am at that play call, or excuse me, what happened on that play call, Shannon Smith has been really good. Like, Shannon Smith has just been honestly legendary for this team, so I can't be but so mad at him. Jared Gold, we're going to float one up for him, and that's nearly intercepted. 3rd and 25. This just feels like something that's not going to happen, but I guess we're going to try it anyways. Bringing Roth under. Sending Tom Baker straight deep on that one. Let's see what we have here. Wait a second. Robert Roth turning up the field, and Robert Roth gets out of bounds 29 yards later. Okay, things are fine again. Having all your timeouts, getting a big reception down the field like that, putting you pretty much at the 50, that changes a lot of things, especially your play calling. And look at Jason Barr, a good run across the middle for 8. Thank God, that's been few and far between. We don't want to act like we have all the time in the world, but we have things a little bit better than we thought initially. Connell breathing kind of hard. Sees this guy there. It's Jeremy Willis who's got a block, and Jeremy Willis is out here grooving to the 20-yard line. We're going to use our first time out because some guys are gassed. McConnell has been elite today. 200 yards passing, only 1 passing touchdown, but still, he's been elite. Jason Barr up the middle. Nice move, getting himself inside the 10. 1st and goal. Ryan, that red zone here. McConnell sees pay dirt in front of him. He's going to try to force himself in, and he's down at the 1. Getting the team to the line, taking a little bit of time here. We got Jason Barr in the backfield, a little halfback toss. It's been a money play for us, but they shut it down there. 3rd and goal. We're going right back to it this time to the wide side of the field, and we're praying we can get some blocks here. Right back to Barr. This time we got the blocks we need, and Barr is in the end zone. 12 seconds left. That's not enough time for them to really do anything. I like what I'm seeing. Our extra point was good for once. We have a 22-7 lead against the Ohio State University. We just got to hold on to it in the second half and not turn the ball over. That's the biggest thing we've got to focus on. Now, one of the reasons why it was so important to make sure that we scored at the end of that half is because Ohio State gets the ball to start this half. So we know what they're trying to do. Get back on that board. 2nd and 4 actions, 2 running backs in the backfield. A lot of split close so far for Ohio State. And Dwayne Hudson, who went in the house earlier, trying to do it again, but at least we tackle him after 12. We're going to keep one guy in the QB spy, sending the other guy in the backfield. That's going to be Josh Cole coming in with the blitz. Now they're going to switch a little bit of their stuff up. We do have the right coverage. Everybody has a responsibility. They throw one, and it's a beam down the middle. Ray Walton in his 46 tackling makes the grab or makes the tackle, but 41 yards later, we're hurting. Now, if we had safety help, that's probably a different situation, but we didn't, and we paid the price for it. What a big double hit there. Walton and Lowe combined for a loss of 2. But on that big 41-yard grab, if we call 2-man under, just have a little bit of safety help, it's a different play. It's probably batted away or an interception or something of that nature. Now look, their quarterback's getting a little bit of trouble. We end up getting a sack on that one. What a play by the defensive line. Jamal Patterson that time getting it. 3rd and long, dropping our guys back. Give him a little bit of room. Keep him in front of you is all that we're asking right now. We're either going to drop Jamal Patterson back, I believe, this time in a little bit of a QB spy. He has all the time in the world, but we end up getting G. Scott Jr. this time with Josh Cole. It's 11 yards, 4th and 5 coming up. Ohio State's kicker back out. His first attempt at a field goal. The right hash mark. Not always that easy. We'll see if he can hook it back over to the middle. This one's up. That one is down the middle perfectly, and they've cut the lead to 12. Seeing the score, I can't help but think about those 2 extra points we missed and how this should be a 14-point game. But instead, we're on pins and needles, and Jason Barr is finally getting runs. His best one of the game goes for 13. That run actually puts Barr over 4 yards per carry for the first time in today's game, which, again, we've needed a run game that we can rely on. But they're not blocking for McFadden right now. Ohio State's sitting on that run when he comes in. And honestly, it felt like maybe we'd be able to get away with having McFadden in and running the football, considering how much we've done the opposite when he's been in the game, but they don't see it. But look at that. They don't see RJ Riley across the middle for a 17-yard grab either. That was the 8th tackle of the game for Isaac Muhammad. That kid has just been all over the field today, making plays. So has Jason Barr here in the second half as he picks up 10 more yards to extend what we have for this drive. 12-point lead. An opportunity to potentially be in the top 5 if we can win this game. We've got to lock up. It's been a really good drive so far. Fadden looking for a lot of guys. We don't have that with Jared Gold. McConnell is going to find him. What a dot. What a catch. John McConnell. Some respect on that dude's name. Going back with the run here. Ohio State's got a couple of guys blitzing up the middle, and Jason Barr runs over. That extra 15 to 20 pounds is paying off now. 1st and goal. 4 minutes left here in the in this 3rd quarter, and that one is dropped off the hands of Cedric Riley. Trying to get Barr back involved. He's been so good in this drive. Doesn't really have it all there, and he's down at the 1 after 2. 3rd and goal. We're 5 or 6 on 3rd down conversions. We're going with the halfback toss to the left. McFadden is in this time. Hasn't really had a lot of blocks on his side. They block mostly well, and McFadden is in the 1-yard touchdown run. Again, Barr would have loved to have that, but honestly, we just want the points right now. That's all we care about. And honestly, we're going for 2 here. We've got an 18-point lead. I'd rather add 2 to this one than I would 1. Donald feels the pressure. He's scrambling. He's got a guy. He throws it behind, but you know what? 18 points is still fine. That's 2 scores they have to get plus something else. All the pressure is on Ohio State. They're at home. Their crowd's out of it. They know they need some big stuff coming up here. And look at this. Stephen Lowe drags him down after 1. Kept a lot of their guys in check today. He kept the coverage in a really good spot. John Hall made a great play earlier. After getting the deflection, he goes back right at him and gets the interception. We see some more turnovers forced, and we need to lock up the run game a little bit better. And both linebackers this time. Hutz is going to bring one more guy in motion. Swapping our coverage up a little bit. Hutz stays under center. They go with the little run here. We got guys there, but they run over Dwayne Cole like it's nobody's business. Press covering. Hitching the line. Trying to get the pressure on him. He throws that one away. So we did get to him a little bit. He got rattled. 3rd down and 1. Ohio State knows they need this conversion. They probably go for it on 4th down if they don't get it. Our guys got battled up on one another. If our linebackers don't hit each other, one of them's in his face and he doesn't get that completion. If nothing else, just make sure they have a long drive that takes them a while to do something. Going with the running back to the edge though, but Moses is there. Mario Moses gets run over and they still get 4. Mayan Williams is a man possessed right now. Press covering. We're looking to get Cole involved. Cole gets the tackle broken. John Hall does drag him down, and they're going to call, I'm hoping, holding on this play. Let's see what they say.
Another one.
Honestly, even better. I haven't seen a clipping penalty all season. They call it twice in 1 game. Let's go. I mean, technically, one of those clipping penalties hurt us, but this one actually benefited us, so we're good with it. Man in motion. Setting the blitz. We almost got to him. Fowler can't get it, but Patterson does bring him down for loss on one. Hudson cut on an absolute dime there, but we still ended up having another guy back there to help out. They go with the little QB. It's gonna be halfback draw. We drop him for a loss. You'd love to see Mark Mullins get involved in the run game today. Ohio State had a punt that went away. They're down 18. We're entering the fourth quarter. We've been dominating with the run game this half, and that's meant that they have a lot less time to have the ball to do anything. Our goal in this drive is any points. No turnovers, a field goal, a touchdown, whatever we get. It's still money in the bank right now. Barr with the run game, looks to go to the edge. Jason Barr with some room here. Barr's gonna cut it up and he gets forced out of bounds, but still 25 yards in the third quarter with an 18-point lead. We're right where we want to be right now. McConnell has not had to be insane today, which is so very nice. Considering how much he's had to do this season, having a run game like this is great. And honestly, it took him until the second half to get that run game going, because that run game was pretty much abysmal now. McConnell feels the pressure and wants to throw it to his guy, but he's just going to opt to get rid of it and be safe. Third down conversions have been one of the storytellers of the game for why we've been so good. Trying to convert here, Jason Barr. Guy on his heels. Jason Barr doing what he does best, stretching it out, using that speed and getting us that first down. 250 through the air, one passing touchdown. He's got one on the ground as well. McConnell, again, has been great. The numbers might not exactly show what you would expect to see from a quarterback his caliber, but I'm happy with his performance. Now, Barr actually has a strain back, so he's going for 2 quarters. I mean, he has been carrying the team, so I guess it is likely to happen, but you don't like to see that. Do have another good caliber running back there. Underneath, we got Baker. Baker has that first down with 4 more yards. We genuinely don't want to run the risk of having Barr get hurt because he's such an important part of this team. We need that guy healthy, so we'll let him take a little bit of a breather and come back when he's ready. Jeremy Willis this time going across the middle. That's a big dude to try to tackle with one person. Now there is a penalty on the... If it's clipping...
And another one.
I haven't touched the penalty sliders. Why is this happening so much? We haven't seen this at all in the season. Genuinely don't understand how we've seen clipping 3 times today. Unreal. McFadden, we see you. Good carry, 7 yards. We're starting to chew the clock, slowing the tempo down a little bit, and making sure that they don't really have any time. Stewart's coming in the game. Sean Stewart, a great young running back too. Doesn't get as much time to shine because he's 2 really good players in front of him, but he's still going to get carries here and there. The clock's winding down. McFadden in the game. McFadden running the dude over. You know what's crazy if he's doing that. Time is ticking, and Ohio State knows they've got to get a turnover ASAP. Irrigo's going to move around a little bit here to try to get some misdirection going. McFadden is getting blocky like he hasn't seen earlier in the game. I mean, earlier in the game, he was getting killed. He had 6 rushes for like 7 yards. Now he's doubling that. Gold's going to go in motion again. We want to try to catch him off guard. Connell keeps it moving. Has this guy in gold, and Gold is going to be down at the goal line now with an 8-yard grab. First and goal from the 2. We're going to try him with a little bit of a play maybe they don't expect. Back screen. Looks like they aren't expecting it fully. Actually, they kind of are. McFadden is probably going to lose a yard. No, he goes back to the line. Play clock winding down again. He's got a guy, and it's Trace Wade who does get a foot down. We're going to get McFadden. Excuse me. We're going to get McConnell that touchdown that he needed. We're going to get Trace Wade involved so he feels good. And all this work. We have put away Ohio State. It's going to be a 35-10, assuming our kicker makes an extra point. And we did that in their house after they put up 55 on us last year. Payback feels good. The Ohio State team is not the same. CJ Stroud obviously put a hurting on us last year. This team is not the same. Hudson, though, is trying his best to get this team going. A little dump off out, but Hemphill's right there to get him after 1. 2 minutes and some change left. Hudson back under center. Does it feel like the right move? And Stephen Lowe says it definitely wasn't. What likely could be the final play for Ohio State in today's game. It's a 3rd and 10 situation. They're in shotgun. We're going to keep one guy in QB spy because, again, Hudson has hurt us on those QB spies. Excuse me, the QB runs. And that's going to be 4th and 7. Time to punt it. The game's over. We go into Columbus. We're going to walk out here with the W. John McConnell, State-free football. They didn't block for, but man threw 268 yards in the air, 50 on the ground, 3 total touchdowns. That's my quarterback. Put this man in the Heisman. Perfection in today's game. Perfection all season long. A couple of interceptions here and there, but John McConnell's the best player in college football. And I stand by that. Capping the stats, McConnell 20-25, 268 through the air, 2 touchdowns, got sacked once, didn't throw a single interception or fumble the football. That's my quarterback. On the ground, Jason Barr, despite getting injured there I believe in the fourth quarter, 19 attempts, 112 yards, 1 touchdown, had a run over 20, which you love to see. We see McFadden go 11 for 39. Slow start, but picked up for him as well as getting that touchdown. And then John McConnell, 7 of 50 with 1 touchdown. Even Sean Stewart, who came in and had 2 carries and didn't get a lot of action, 2 for 15, 7.5 yards per carry. We got to find a way to keep getting him involved. In the air, Tom Baker, 4 for 49 and 1 touchdown. McFadden had 4 grabs. See Robert Roth go for 50, Gold go for 50, Barr get involved. We spread the ball around a lot. And look, we didn't pass the ball a ton today because we didn't need to. We dominated on the ground and we wanted to control the time of possession. And we did just that. On the defensive side, Josh Cole, 5 big tackles, 2 of those being for loss, including a sack. From a sack perspective, we had 2 from Jamal Patterson, and then obviously Josh Cole. And interceptions, we had the 1 by John Hall, who he has fingers. The man can actually catch. This is a game that I've been incredibly nervous about, and we came out here and we did what we had to do. We are moving out to now be 4-0 on the season. And honestly, I feel like after this, we got to be top 5. And even if we're not, that's fine, because we will continue to fight and show everybody the Cascade Valley is one of the best teams. No, scratch that. We are the best team in college football. And if you don't believe that, come play us. You'll find out. Be safe, be smart, tell somebody you love them. Catch you guys in the next one.